Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This? Season 3, The Asylum Years. The only podcast to think things will get better if it keeps doing the same thing, but with a little more money, which makes you ask the question, why would you make this? I am Jimmy Time. I am joined by my co-host, Brother Skylar. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good today. Not bad
Cool.
at all.
We are also joined by J. Delta Wagwan.
Wagwan.
All right. During Season 3, we are taking you through the National Wrestling Alliance Total Nonstop Action weekly pay-per-view shows now known as TNA The Asylum Years. This is episode 16, originally broadcasted on October 9th, 2002, live from Nashville, Tennessee in the Fairgrounds Coliseum, now known as the Indiana Farmers Coliseum.
Thank goodness, because I thought I watched the wrong one.
Allegedly
Nope.
drawing 1,400 in live attendance.
1,400 people were there?
1,004. Dude, there was a lot of people there. Like,
What, 1,400 people were there?
I mean, behind the cameras, too.
Yeah, like in the back. and locker
600
room.
people were there top. No, 800.
Dude, I don't know, man. That was clearly the most people I've ever had.
Yeah, I know. 800 people. And,
I don't know.
okay, 840.
Okay. So as per usual, episode 15 left us confused about the motives of the company and the directions of the characters. So let's try to explain why we are the way we are with our crazy past.
Wait a minute. What happened that got you so crazy?
Spoilers, at the end of this episode, it doesn't get any clearer.
Never does. It
Yeah,
never
never
does. That's part of the show, apparently. So first, in the women's division, Miss TNA Bruce has issued a standing open challenge for $5,000 to any woman who can beat him for the crown of Miss TNA. So far, 4 women have challenged and failed.
Is
No-
that still happening?
Yeah, no development since the 13th show.
Oh,
It's been
okay.
about 3 shows, yeah.
And don't forget, those women, none of them were like sanctioned wrestlers for TNA.
No, most of them were fans,
Just,
if not
yeah,
all of
just
them.
hose
Well,
bags in the crowd.
Yeah, I want to say none of them. I think just none of them. I think one of them was an employee.
Pauline was the closest, right?
No, she never challenged.
No, BB was the closest.
That's,
BB.
But she never
I mean, who?
challenged for the crown. She lost the crown and left.
Mm.
I don't think she ever challenged. Well, whatever. Next is the tag division.
She got
Wildcat
canceled.
Chris Harris and Cowboy James Storm are still your NWA Tag Team Champions.
And undefeated.
Yes, they are undefeated. Which, of course, brings us to many people seem to have a personal vendetta against Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris, and while we do not know why, it is pretty clear that the real issue with this tag team, both inside and out, is that James Storm does not have a cowboy gimmick. He is a real cowboy. No development on that since the 11th. I mean, not since the 13th, but
Take it off.
we got but still, it was the third pay-per-view show. Buff Bagwell went home to rethink his career, and 10 shows later, he returned to ask for a second chance as Marcus Bagwell. Nothing since the 13th.
Why is this still on here?
He's gonna show.
No, he's not.
I didn't say that this is the last time we see him, so he must come back. Next, unfortunately, another storyline that does not have a lot of development, which is during the first 7 weeks of TNA, Scott Hall was put on a stretcher 3 times by Jeff Jarrett. And after a 6-week hiatus, Scott Hall returned with 6-Pac, and their sights are set on the tag team titles, kinda, maybe, sorta.
Well, they were for that one brief moment.
And 6-Pac is still involved in the tag division because he keeps having tag matches.
Mm.
So, and that brings us to, while it is not very clear what the B or the G stand for, BG James has come to TNA to help his family and friends, and he's been tagging a lot, so this is a tag division thing now. Next, the X Division. Despite losing the latest X Division ladder match, Jerry Lynn is still your X Division champion. Which, of course, brings us to Glory Hog, disrespectful pervert, or simple disagreement. After 15 weeks, it is both clear and not clear what is going on between AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn. Also, Sonny Siaki is in there for some reason now.
Fueling this feud. I hate it.
Honestly, I don't even know where it stands anymore.
No,
I'm over it.
I don't understand how Sonny Siaki is in it. I mean, he's in it because he clearly inserted
I
himself
don't
into it,
like
but I
it.
don't get why, really. Yeah. I thought it was for the title, but that's not.
No.
So the Flying Elvises are falling apart, obviously, with Sonny Siaki going off on his own after burning the Elvis suit on camera, and Jimmy Yang leaving for a tour with AJPW. And then finally in the X Division, it seems as if Mortimer Plumtree is scouting a new client for the X Division. The last division is the World Division. Your NWA Heavyweight Champion Ron the Truth Killings is fighting against clear racial discrimination in the NWA TNA, and no one, including the audience, seems to care. Next, Grandmaster, Jerry's kid, not Jerry's kid. The puppet, the human yo-yo, the human hot dog, the unfocused Brian Lawler is heavily focused on getting revenge on anyone for anything. Also, he may be abusing his girlfriend in some way, although clearly it's in front of us, it happens, but...
Yo, what a liberal media way to phrase that. We see clear evidence. You're like, well, he may be abusing her.
We don't know the
Some
story.
people allege. We don't know. Even we just showed you clear footage.
Dude, we don't know the backstory. Like, there's a lot going on there. Who's to say? I can tell you things I have seen that would make you very uncomfortable around me. I don't know where I was going with that. All right, so finally, Jeff Jarrett will not be screwed over again like he already has been by Jackie Fargo, Brian Lawler, B.G. James, NWA President Jim Miller, country music singer Toby Keith twice, NWA Authority figure Ricky the Dragon Steamboat twice, Scott Hall twice, NWA Authority figure Bullet Bob Armstrong 3 times, NWA Vice President Bill Behrens 3 times, James Mitchell in the New Church, and the Tennessee Titans.
How is he not a face? So many people try to screw him over.
Well, I think it's because maybe also he allegedly might have attempted to kill Jackie Fargo, Jim Miller, Todd Stone, Bullet Bob Armstrong, Bill Behrens twice, Scott Hall twice, and the entire NWA TNA security team several times.
But he saved the entire arena from an armed gunman that
That's
time.
right.
That's true.
You can't just have guns in the middle of the ring.
I guess.
Unless you're a cowboy.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. Actually, yes. And he fires them.
Yeah, did he do that before tonight? I don't think I realized that before tonight.
He
has,
fires
did,
them
yeah.
off, and people cheer. And a midget, a little person,
Yeah, thank you.
a little person took out a gun
Yeah.
Mm.
and just gets whaled in the head with a chair, and the people go
Cheer.
crazy.
Yeah.
And the peasants rejoice. All right, so last week we were promised that this week we would see AJ Styles versus Jerry Lynn in a ladder match for the X title. Chris Rock and DreamWorks are going to be filming Head of State. So if you're there, you'll have a chance to be in the movie in a way. Low key, Tony Mamalu, Kid Cash, and Ace Steel in an Iron Man match. The SATs versus Harris and Storm for the tag titles. Also, Six Pac Hall and Jarrett are going to show up. And then we guessed, well, I mean, sort of a guess. I said I wanted to see more Bruce because that was the only storyline I liked. Delta had nothing. Skylar said he wanted to see specifically the Alpha Male Monty Brown versus David Young.
Yeah, the alpha male will show up.
Yeah, I bet he will. I sure got excited when his music
You
hit.
will hear his music.
And then Skylar also wanted to know, where's the new church?
Still, yeah.
Just
I
a
wanna know.
question, yeah. No dark matches tonight.
Can't. We don't have time. We're filming Head of State.
Probably be for that reason.
Yeah.
There may be other reasons. I don't know who's to say.
Yeah, there's way too many people here tonight anyway for there to be dark matches. This is the night of way too many stars.
All right, so with that in mind, let's start the show. Batman with a guitar axe. Fighting all the Batman! All right, so the show opens and Mike tonight welcomes us as, of course, we scan crowd signs. The first sign that I see,
I have a few.
Thank God
the
you noticed
first
that.
one that I see, though, the first sign that TNA is like, this represents us and our crowd, it says, losing Russian roulette is less painful than watching Raw roulette.
I love that one. I swear they passed these signs out. Some of them, not all of them. Someone had like a generic, like in the crowd video game sign of Hot Shots.
I saw
like in
that
a
one.
bubble, and I was
It
like,
was
no
so-
one
yeah.
made that for the Hot Shots. The Hot Shots made that and then passed it out.
What about people with Chris Rock signs? Who went there with a Chris
Was
Rock
there-
Were there
sign?
Chris Rock signs?
No, but you did not see there was at least
No.
one Chris Rock
I-
sign.
Yo,
missed that
I think
one.
I was absolutely shocked because the other sign that I saw, which was in a vertical alignment, a TNA sign that says "Totally Nuke Al-Qaeda."
I saw that one.
I tried to see which scumbag was holding it, and I couldn't because it was in front of a sea of children clearly under the age of 12. Oh my god!
You just saw the arms from behind them lifting it up.
Oh my god!
I was
Nuclear war! Nuclear war! Nuclear war!
I was a little confused because they put the periods after each letter as
Yes.
they did it, so it looked like A.I.Queda, and I was like,
Yes.
the A.I.Queda.
Oh.
What are they making over there now?
A.I.Queda.
They should nuke that.
Oh man, A.I.Queda would have been like the ultimate villain for some early 2000s sci-fi
For
movie.
2000, yeah. The year 2000.
Yeah, for like
the A.I.Queda.
2003. Yo,
That's great.
forget Skynet. We got A.I.Queda.
It's just Skynet with a towel on his head.
Oh no.
Oh, that's too far.
Whoa!
Well, it's
It was 2003.
It was the time.
So I hate that that's actually
no,
what it would
that's what
be.
it was. I'm sorry. I recognize that saying that is bad, but that is an accurate representation of the
Yeah.
culture at the time.
I see it.
Yeah,
Like
Hol-
it would have been that
Hollywood would have just wrapped a towel
dirt
around-
face, not even full brown face, just dirt face
on a computer.
on a
monitor.
computer. Yes. Yeah, I know that's horrible, but look me in the eye and tell me that wouldn't have happened. That is some scary movie stuff. You know you would have
Yeah.
seen that in Scary Movie.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man.
can see it.
Okay, now that we're in the correct mind to watch the show, let's just move on. There's a few more crowd signs, but let's move on. Wednesday means one thing. It's time for 2 hours of nonstop action. Don runs down the card. America's Funniest Man, Chris Rock, the driver of the NWA TNA car, Hermie Sadler, not advertised at all. What? Styles and Lynn ladder match, rematch for the X title, Harrison Storm versus the SATs for the tag titles, Iron Man match. I just said all this stuff. Let's recap the guy in white angle,
Yes, that's what I'm most interested in.
which is just the one thing that happened last
I
week.
totally forgot about this. too.
I did not. I've been waiting.
Video recap was 28 seconds. The full intro was 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Let's go to segment 1 where Borash announces a match and then the Truth walks out. On the mic, the Truth says, your football team sucks.
Yep. Both of them, actually, I think.
I ain't got time for heat.
So he calls out Team Derelicts, which is Hall, Pac, and James.
Is that like their actual?
No.
Okay.
He was trying to be like,
Yeah.
I don't know, smart? I don't know. I don't even know how you describe that. Clever? I don't know.
Yeah.
He says that you hired the man in white as a hitman, and that man in white is also going to be the mystery tag partner for tonight. However, the crowd is chanting overrated so loud.
Yeah.
You can't really hear anything. Yeah. Don West starts whispering to Danae that the Truth is lying. That's not how it happened. And the Truth calls out the baseball card man
Yes.
because commentary still piped into the arena so you can actually hear him. Yeah, they don't say that, so you forget sometimes. Yeah.
I was definitely confused because Truth's talking and you just hear mumbling, and I didn't realize at first it was Don West. And I really thought, I was like, oh, they're getting audio piped in. Like someone screwed up.
Yeah. So on the mic, Don says, yeah, well, I mean, you're the Truth, but you're not telling the truth. Watch this video. They recap the end of last week's main event when the heels beat down the faces with weapons, although just hyper-focusing on the Truth is really awkward angles and bad shots.
And like weird, like let's show you these 2.5 second clips, and then there's one. At one point, it cuts, and it's just like Truth's face.
It was just him standing there.
for about a second,
And then it-
and
yeah.
just wipes away.
Yeah.
Look at him, just standing there.
He deserves it.
Menacingly.
Horrible.
So the Truth says, I could beat you with a baseball bat if I wanted to.
Whoa, okay.
Well,
But you're just a pebble on the beach, the suntan Superman. The Truth begins what seems like is going to be a history lesson, but he is interrupted by BG James and Six Pac. As per usual, BG rhymes nonsense and makes pop culture references. And he says the truth needs to learn a lesson, and we don't live in a perfect world. Cue Jeff Jarrett's opening guitar riff. Stop music. Out comes Kurt Hennig. So confused. Kurt Hennig shows us why he was never considered a promo guy, ever. Yeah, even once.
He did the same promo he's always done.
He does an awful pro. He says, I don't know what I've gotten into, but I was hired to do a job, and I don't like the truth. End of promo.
I'm convinced he's the guy in white now.
Oh.
I'm convinced he's on a substance.
Well, yeah.
He wasn't doing well. He seemed a little bloated.
Yeah.
This was like right after the plane ride from hell, right?
Oh, was it?
This was right after that. Yeah, they let him go and they picked him up.
Ooh, that's a roughie.
I think it happened in October of 2000.
That's about that time,
picked him
yeah.
up, like, immediately after.
Wow, there wasn't even a clause in the contract. Like, he just went right.
What's the wrestling version of an ambulance chaser? So 6-Pac, which maybe this is why the drugs thing came up, because I didn't understand why he said this. 6-Pac says, we're going to do what your mama should have done. Boy. Beat you so bad that you think you're on drugs. And I was like, what? Who referenced drugs? Where did that come from? And 6-Pac was like, yeah, because all fucking Hennig over here.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Whoops.
Yo.
And then 6-Pac actually clarifies. He's like, I know nobody said drugs, but we were all thinking it as soon as Tipsy showed up.
Okay.
Stumbled onto the wrong guy's entrance music.
So the Faces walk towards the ring when Jarrett and Lawler attack from behind. But in the ring, the Faces stand tall. BG James says, see, Skylar, I wasn't making this up. BG James says, tonight, the G stands for let's get it on and let's do it right now.
That's a long one.
And the first letter is an L instead of a G.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
And he could have said tonight the G stands for grudge match because they're about to have one. But no, it whatever, 2020, I'm sure. But
He just walks around saying that. And the G stands for goodbye.
I have to ask.
G-
everyone leave. Everyone get go. You can switch it up too sometimes. The B stands for bye.
Well, you already showed you it doesn't matter. And the G stands for let's go.
Oh my god.
And the G stands for I got a 3:15 flight and I'm gonna be late.
That's for I'm hungry.
Well, little missy, my name is BG James, and the G stands for I'd like the turkey on rye. Thank you for taking my order. Yeah.
Whoops.
Okay. 6-man grudge match between who was it? Kurt Hennig, BG James, 6-Pac, and I didn't write it down. That was my mistake. Jeff Jarrett, The Truth, and Brian Lawler.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 teams. I didn't write it down. That's my mistake.
Real quick, because before we start the match, like, there's this real awkward, like, is the match gonna happen? Is it gonna happen?
Right, there's a part where Jarrett specifically pulls the guys back, I think.
Yeah. And, not to spoil this match, it's the drizzly fucking shits. So I'm thinking this was supposed to happen later on in the card, and for whatever reason, it became it's happening now on the fly deal.
I immediately assume it's Perfect wants to go home. He does not want to stay around here.
That
all
was
day.
kind of mine.
Yeah, could be it. All right, so again, before the match starts, Brian Lawler runs to the back to bring his girlfriend out for the match and yell at her to sit in a chair.
That's his one gimmick.
So Hennig starts the match with a shoulder tackle to Jarrett and then smacks the heels on the apron, just getting the crowd into it in a way.
But not really, like...
It's kind of lazy.
Dude.
It's kind of like, yeah.
It's sad to see. It's genuinely depressing.
And then I get confused as a viewer because today is like, oh, Kurt Hennig has such great achievements, like being Flair and Triple H's manager at one point.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
Really?
What? So tag followed by tag gives us new guys. We get Pac and Lawler in the ring. Lawler flops around and then power slams his way to the Truth. Truth tags in. He misses a tag, and BG tags in. It's just that. The whole match is that. It's just like you come in, I'll just dizzy around the ring for 5 seconds, and then you tag in your partner, and then I'll dizzy you around the ring for 5 seconds, and I'll tag in my partner, and then until eventually it's just the heels. Like now it's just the heels doing it.
Yeah.
We get and then I forgot I actually skipped a part because we actually get the Six Pac gets the light hot tag. It's like a first hot tag, and he starts doing like this light House of Fire, and he's and he bumps him around, and he goes to do the Bronco Buster, and then Jared puts his foot up to stop it, and I was like, that was a weird thing.
Yeah,
and
because low blows aren't illegal.
I guess not.
Yeah.
When the guy throws himself into it.
A great counter to the Bronco
Put
Buster.
your foot up.
And but the ref sees it, and of course it's TNA, so like
no, it's fine. Yeah, and then this is when the heel stuff starts, just double team behind the back, tag in and out. It makes sense wrestling wise because the one guy holds him so he can't go anywhere, and then the other tag partner comes in, and then they go, "Oh, we made a tag." But like in modern day wrestling, they never present it that way, where it's like the guy's gonna get away, come in, beat him down with me, and then I'll leave and we'll feign the tag. Nowadays, it's just like I gave him an arm wringer. All right, come casually walk in the ring, and we'll both punch him in the mouth, and then make the fake tag.
Well, this was a very old school Southern wrestling match, but the only problem was they didn't work it as a tag team match.
Dude,
so there was none of that working like 2-on-1 or trying to prevent the person from getting the tag or
the
building up the hot tag.
The 2-on-1 was the fact that they tagged in and out a lot, but the tagging in and out was like literally, I'll punch him once and then tag you.
Well, it was because they had to tag. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like worked in to the psychology of it. It was just because they had to tag it out. And someone else had to get their spot.
But you could have done more. You could have.
I know. I agree.
I can't believe so many experienced guys went in and had this match because like basic ring, like you see the guys working the dude towards their own corner. At one point, I think they're working Six Pac.
Yeah,
and like. He literally is backed up into BG James, who like doesn't make the tag for no reason at all.
Yeah,
you see the shit like from that you see in inexperienced indie garbage, where like they're in an opposite corner. You just walk across the ring and tag your opponent, and like casually walk back. It's
you leave your opponent.
Yeah,
which makes no sense.
It's one of those like big Hollywood budget films where there's like 12 A-list stars in it, and every star is like this. 11 other stars, they got this, and all the stars say that, and the film sucks.
Dude.
It's like the same thing. There's 6 legends in the ring, and each one's like, the 5 of the legends got this, and they all just let it drop.
Yo.
So, Henning gets the actual hot tag. Everyone's in the ring. It's total chaos. BG chases Jarrett up the ramp to the back with a chair. It's fine. We don't care about that at all. Lawler hits a low blow in the hip hop drop. Again, low blow, who cares, right?
In front of the referee. I saw it. He was staring at it.
Yeah, don't care. Doesn't matter. The pin gets broken up. Pac hits his X Factor. And then Lawler pulls the ref out of the ring and just punches him right in the face. He's out.
360 spin bump.
It was beautiful, yes. It was very elegant. The man in white comes out. And commentary notices that his jacket now says Mr. Wrestling 3. He powerbombs the Truth and runs back to the crowd. Henning hits the Henningplex on Truth and wins. Keep in mind that Henning is part of the Faces.
Yeah.
And your winners are Six Pac, Kurt Hennig, and BG James. Post-match, Goldie's in the back, and she's asking a presumably unconscious BG James if he's okay. We hear and kind of sort of see a steel pipe fall, as we also see Jeff Jarrett crawling away in the background.
In pain, like he was also jumped.
Yeah.
Yes.
As I would assume. We've never seen him try to attempt to murder anyone before. Not that I remember.
Well, our opening segment might argue that. Our crazy past.
Well, not too hard. It's pretty vague about what has not happened. It's possible. I've got 17 pieces of video evidence, but so post-segment, Tenay and West marvel over Mr. Wrestling 3, and more specifically, the accomplishments of Mr. Wrestling 1 and 2, because obviously that's what that means.
Yeah.
So the first promo was 6 minutes and 17 seconds. The second promo was 14 seconds. The match length was 14 minutes and 24 seconds. The post-match like the backstage segment thing, that was 19 seconds, which means your full first opening segment was 23 minutes and 40 seconds. It's almost a half hour for your first segment.
Felt
It's
way
it's 25
longer.
if you include the pointless intro. So
Yeah.
it's Whew. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, this was the drizzly fucking shits.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh, dude.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Dude, after
The crowd was into it.
The crowd was into it because it's the opening match and it's all the people that they
So
recognize and paid to see.
they worked the crowd and it worked, but like it didn't work for you're on pay-per-view.
No, yeah, dude.
So
I mean, look, I'll admit, maybe I got too high, but after watching this segment, I was legit dizzy. Like, I was like, I gotta step away. I don't understand what the fuck just happened. The camera was all over the place. Everybody was running. I couldn't figure, like, it hurt me. I had to step away for a second.
I had a problem with it being the opening segment, which was a long talking segment, and then they had the match immediately following. And I was expecting that, since it was a 6-man, to be a boom, 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 maybe 8-10 minute match.
Yeah.
But I was like, they're going for a full main event.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
long match. I'm
Yeah.
like, you just had a long talking segment.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. This is going on forever.
Oh, yeah.
Dragged on too long, sloppy as
Yeah.
anything I've seen in TNA to
Yeah.
this point. Like,
It's
embarrassing.
out of control.
Yeah, it was really 6 legends going, the other guys got this, and none of them did.
Right.
And X-Pac came in the ring and was doing his little Fury thing. He did a reversal into a power bomb, which was Grandmaster Sexy, whatever, Lawler. He went up for the Hurricane Rana, so it was
Okay.
almost like a pop-up style.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Wrestling Guy comes out and does the same exact power bomb for his debut.
Mm.
I was like, we just saw that not even 12 seconds ago. I was like, no one thought about that one.
Well, I didn't notice it, so
Well,
I
no one
noticed
thinks
it.
about a lot of things here.
That's I didn't
How about
notice.
that?
If I didn't notice it, why would anybody in the company notice it? All right, so segment 2, we get a video recap of last week's feud between Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles and the self-inserted Sonny Siaki. JB introduces Jerry Lynn, and Jerry Lynn calls out Sonny Siaki for next week. Siaki comes to the entrance ramp to say, Sonny Siaki is life. Let's do this right now on the entrance ramp. Lynn agrees and attacks him. Don West says that Jerry Lynn needs to learn to control his emotions. Sonny Siaki throws Lynn off the entrance ramp, and he lands leg first through the guardrail. Somehow, this injures Jerry Lynn.
Somehow.
EMTs come out and they tend to him, as commentary mentioned that he has injured that that right knee before. Tenay says, we'll let you know what TNA wants to do with the scheduled X title match when they tell us, as Lynn gets driven away in an ambulance. Recap the video, 1 minute and 52 seconds. Promo length, 1 minute and 57 seconds. The EMT segment, 4 minutes and 26 seconds.
Yeah.
Full segment length, 9 minutes and 46 seconds. I don't think it needs to be said, but that took way too long.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I have that as
Way,
well.
way too long.
Yeah.
But why does everyone gotta shit on things I like?
What
What do you mean?
Because obviously you like dumb things and should feel bad. What the fuck do you want from us?
Maybe you get better taste and you won't feel bad all the time. Like,
He threw him off the stage and his foot got caught in the rail. Obviously, that's gonna hurt his leg. What do you mean? Somehow that hurts his
I
leg.
guess.
I mean, yeah, that's how I felt. I was like,
It was
alright.
all of a sudden, so no one could see it happen. I thought it was great, and then he can like sneak his leg in, so no one saw it. I
yeah.
thought it was smart. How does no one like this?
No, I fucking
Oh, I thought it was really smart. Jerry Lynn doesn't do anything wrong. Jerry
Hawkeye
Lynn's-
Sonny Siaki piercing the arrow right through the guardrail. I don't know. I just wasn't behind. I thought it was silly. And we didn't need to see 4 minutes of him getting taken away in an ambulance. I'll say
that took way too long. I don't understand that.
I can't believe of all the things that TNA has like cut from the show that they were like, no, keep
No,
this in.
this is compelling
This is
television.
important. Yeah.
They had nothing. They needed to stretch time
Yo, they have
somehow.
cut other things.
They had 96 workers, but somehow they got to stretch the EMT
They
segment.
fucking cut that whole Nazi match. They're not afraid to cut things that are long. Like it's. All right, so segment 3, 6, Pac asks Goldilocks to come with him, and Pac apologizes to Low-Key in person. For like last week, remember last week they had like this promo exchange about how like I
Oh.
deserve the shot and you're garbage. I was
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Jeff Hardy.
yeah,
Guy was dressed up exactly like Jeff
a
Hardy.
little bit, yeah. Well, first off, it's just the mesh shirt. That's all Jeff wears. Like, what do you?
Yeah, who else wears it?
All right. So AJ Styles interrupts before Low-Ki can speak and says that Pac should be kissing AJ's butt because AJ can do now what Pac couldn't when Pac started. AJ Styles should be Pac's favorite wrestler. AJ leaves. The promo ends with Pac laughing and Low-Ki saying, "What a jerk." Segment length, 1 minute and 23 seconds. Thoughts?
Why?
For
I don't understand.
for spoilers, but for provocation later, I guess. Because he was provoked, and that's what. Yep.
Oh,
Yep, I know. I didn't like it either. You could have done it so many other ways, but you could have just.
How was I supposed to pick up on that?
I know. I didn't like it. Segment for the SATs versus Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris. Today mentions
Shooting guns everywhere.
that Storm and Harris are undefeated. Yeah, Cowboy James Storm shoots off his guns, and first off, they are way louder than they have ever been.
Yeah.
Way, way louder. And second off, I'm almost positive he shot something out of the air. Like a bird fell out of the sky.
Something came down.
I did see
after
that.
he fired.
He shot a bird somehow.
Yo, he's firing live rounds, and chunks of the ceiling are coming down.
The audience likes it.
Also, on the weekend, that stadium's an aviary. So I didn't clear it out. And
Did you see the sign they had for them?
what was that?
If you can't beat them, shoot them.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh. I don't like that at all. So the match starts off with Storm and Joel back and forth. Joel tags to Jose, and Storm doesn't tag to Harris, but the ref doesn't stop him. Harris pushes Jose off the top rope onto his brother Joel on the outside, and then crossbodies onto Joel on the outside. Storm is tagged in and gets hit with a top rope assisted gourd buster. It was pretty nice. Joel reverses a bulldog into a double team combination top rope assisted neck breaker / moonsault because Jose jumps on him too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things
I-
happening.
I cringed real hard, went back and watched that move again so I could cringe even harder. Because that made me mad. I was like, ooh, I would be so angry if I took that shit.
Yeah, why's that?
Because, what was it, Joel who took that, right?
Uh,
Landed right. Oh, no.
No.
The SATs hit that.
yeah, they hit it.
And it gets like dropped
Oh, right on his...
right on the back of his head while his feet are still hanging on the top rope.
It's a neck breaker, so...
Yeah, but it,
Yeah. So Storm...
I've never seen the SATs hit that since, and I think that's for a reason.
Yeah, probably. So Storm hits what looks like a reverse catatonic.
Oh, that I
yeah.
like that move. That was like
Yes.
from the air raid crash, and he
Yeah,
whipped him around into
yeah.
like the blackout or
It was
whatever.
a little awkward, but it looked good. It
I
looked
like
like
that
it'll
move.
develop into something nice, yeah. The pin gets broken up, though. Harris hits this, like, sidewalk slam, wind-up power slam.
Yeah.
These guys are definitely trying some new stuff here, and I'm noticing it. Jose reverses with a tornado DDT, and we get a double down. The hot tag, of course, brings in chaos. Joel hits a moonsault and then pins the illegal man Chris Harris. And the ref counts the pin, but it's only a 2. Then Storm hits a super kick on Joel, but it's only a 2. It was, nobody else should ever do a super kick because this was such a good super kick.
Yeah.
Then Jose, the illegal man, hits a top rope leg drop on Storm, but it's only a 2. And then Harris, the illegal man, hits a catatonic on Jose, the illegal man, and it's only a 2. Then the SATs go for a Spanish fly on Harris, but Storm stops them. Harris and Storm hit their new double team move where they kind of like cradle backflip their opponent into a double side slam.
Yeah.
I liked
It was
It
strange.
was sloppy, but I liked it.
They started, and I was like, what is this lame? Oh my goodness. I don't want to take that bump.
I agree with you with the lame. I hate that setup.
Yeah.
With the hip toss, and then they catch him, and they're just
Yeah.
kind of like, "Hi,
Hey,
son."
we got you.
Like, I don't
Hi,
like that.
son.
So Storm pins Jose, the illegal man, for the 3 winners and still NWA World Tag Team Champions. Storm and Harris. Match length 10 minutes and 29 seconds. Segment length 12 minutes 42 seconds. Your thoughts?
And still undefeated.
Oh yeah, also still undefeated.
Is this the first time that they've won without getting jumped after their match?
Oh my God, is it?
Because they don't get jumped.
Match of the night.
Right?
Yeah.
Match of the night.
Yeah.
Really?
Of the night.
Dude, it was total chaos. The ref had no control. There was no real legal
You're gonna
man
tell
for any
me another
time.
match is better than this one?
Yeah, what else is gonna happen?
No, it's probably
Match of the night.
It was way better than I thought it was going to be, and it was entertaining by TNA standards.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're definitely getting better. Storm and Harris. I like their creativeness. It reminds me of what's his name, Chris Canyon.
Sure.
All these crazy, innovative moves you
Yeah,
don't really
dude,
see.
yeah.
I like that because you do the same fucking moves over and over again. It's like, of course, people are going to reverse them, but you see something new. It's like no one's going to be able to reverse that.
Yeah.
So I like the psychology behind it.
Right.
Just doing something new.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, it's just sloppy and just there's
Yeah.
no real like building to anything. It's just move.
And it's wild, like, first of all, booking-wise, why would you book your 6-man and then a regular tag match? Why would you book tag matches back-to-back? Anyway. But...
Well, this is like the end of the show, right? Because I'm telling you right now, I feel like I watched 3 shows all spliced together.
Oh, you think it's all out of order?
It's just like, I feel like it's the same people over and over again, repetitively. So I
Yeah.
feel like I watched 3 different shows,
Right.
all spliced together.
That's true.
It was
Yeah.
really weird.
Yep.
So I feel like this was the end of the show.
This is the
Yeah. All right. The only thing else to say is that during this match, Tenay pointed out that the winners of the tag match later tonight will be the #1 contenders for the tag titles next week. Segment 5, Goldilocks introduces Chris Rock. Chris Rock enters to weird upbeat jazz music. He says, NWA TNA is the best wrestling in the whole world. Yeah. If you think this is fake, come down here and get your ass kicked. Thanks, Chris. Give it up for Chris Rock.
Oh, worst. Oh, that promo was so bad.
Yo, when they're just like, all right, thanks, goodbye. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, for real? Like,
Yeah.
Just
Dude, Chris Rock mic time, 20 seconds. Segment length, 1 minute and 45 seconds. My only thoughts on this, honestly, at least he didn't bump any world champions. 'Cause that could have happened.
that could have happened.
That's probably not.
he probably said no to anything. He didn't look like he wanted to be out there. He looked lost. She was like, "Okay, thanks," and he was like, "All right, can I leave? Where do I leave?
All right.
I'm leaving. Bye." He barely said hi to his face. It was so bad.
Have you
waste.
seen Head of State? Do you know what
Yes.
the clip is?
No, I've seen Head of State, and when I heard he was going to be here for Head of State, I was like, "Wait, what? There was a wrestling scene in that
I think
movie?"
I don't know if it was a deleted scene or not, but it's literally kind of what you saw.
Like a montage, like
He's going around shaking hands, kissing
no,
babies.
he's just
and
like in the ring, and he's like, "I'm gonna run for president," and then it
okay.
smash cuts to him getting kicked down by wrestlers. Like I don't know what the context was. I forget. I saw it once, and I was like,
You mean
"So that was it, huh?"
Elix Skipper in the same jumpsuit? getting beat up.
Probably, yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
That's likely. Okay, so segment 6, Kid Cash versus Tony Mamaluke versus Ace Steel versus Low Key in a 4-way dance with Iron Man rules for 15 minutes for the X Division #1 contendership.
So, this isn't so much about the match. It is kind of.
Okay.
Is Monty Brown gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, yeah, it's the last time. We're never going to see him again. He joins Impact in 2004, but they stopped doing the pay-per-views by the time he comes back. Yeah.
Because Ace Steel comes out to his music, and I got so excited.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Me
No,
too.
no. No luck. All right, so there's no tagging in this match, so obviously it's going to be super easy to follow. Mortimer Plumtree is on commentary to explain why he was stalking the X Division.
This guy
Finally.
again.
He says he's scouting the X Division. That's it. All right, thanks for stopping by, Mort. See ya.
I
Get
thought
out of
we
here.
already knew this.
Yeah, no, it's the dumbest promo I've ever heard.
We've been seeing you scout the X Division. What have you been doing? Scouting the X Division.
Yeah, and then he explains the Plumtree family thinks his efforts should be better invested in time. It's just yeah,
God.
we get it. Okay, it's still dumb. It's still whatever. The match starts with men pairing off, stopping only to break up pins, and they take turns giving each other the same move. Arm
Yeah.
drag. Everybody gets an arm drag. Everybody gets a drop kick. Everybody's abdominal stretch. Tenay says that Kid Cash is the master of the Hurricane Rana as he Hurricane Ranas everybody.
And then botches one. Whoops.
Oops, the master of botching Hurricane Ranas.
The master of hitting 2 out of 3 hurricanes.
So Kid Cash jumps off of Mama Luke and then off of the top rope to splash Low Key and Ace Steel on the outside. And then Tony Mama Luke follows to jump on all 3 of them. It really only kind of lands on one of them. They really don't catch him either. They don't.
Yo, you went right between them.
I don't think they like him.
Honestly, I didn't really like him.
I like. Like it seems like from like a wrestler standpoint, they're like, yeah, I hope this guy gets hurt. I don't want to wrestle him again.
Yeah, the way he kept selling, I was like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Turn it down.
Yeah.
He's always been like that, though, so,
So
yeah.
in the ring,
I'll give him something to sell.
he's threatening to fuck him. What was that like?
No, I won't catch him and I'll let him thump onto the fucking entrance ramp.
Oh, I guess I'm threatening to fuck him.
Yeah,
then. All right. That's me. All right, so
well, the only way I can think to hurt him is I guess I gotta fuck him.
I exposed way too much, I guess, there. I'm sorry about that. So in the ring, Kid Cash calls for a 450 to no one at all. There's no one. The ring is empty. The ring's totally empty. And he
That's his taunts. When he comes out, he does that.
does,
That's just what he does. This means Kid Cash, baby.
Okay. And then Loki and Kid Cash springboard clothesline each other in midair in the center of the ring.
I've never seen that before.
No,
Yeah,
but
I
I
thought
don't.
that was cool.
But also, I don't know why I saw it.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird that they both looked at each other and agreed to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they were doing.
I don't really have an end game for this whole plan, but like, why don't we just jump off and crash into each other?
Maybe we'll just stay there. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. No, it didn't work.
Oh, don't know if we believed hard enough. We're just magically, So Tony Mamaluke and Ace Steel hit a top rope leg drop and slingshot splash, respectively and simultaneously, on different men, each to get their own pin. It's 1-1 to 0-0.
It finally worked that spot.
The
and it made
double-handed-
sense. I loved it.
Kid Cash tries to kill Tony Mamaluke and then himself.
Which one was this?
When-
Because he tries to kill him twice.
When he gives Mamaluke a pump handle driver drop.
Oh, the pump handle
Yeah.
body slam, whatever that
Yo,
was.
he just drops him on like the pump handle brain buster.
Yeah.
Followed by a rope assisted senton to Mamaluke, but really it's to no one, and Kid Cash kind of just lands on his own neck for no reason.
Yeah, he tried to give him a leg drop, but his legs went in between the ropes.
I thought it was like a leg assisted, like a slingshot.
Oh, he
Like,
tried to put his legs on the
senton?
rope so he pendulum swung into him. That's what he was
Yeah,
going
but he
for.
wasn't in the best position, and it looked weird. It looked
Yeah,
like
it
he just
didn't
hurt
look
himself.
good.
Yeah.
Stick to Hurricanranas.
Stick to 2 out of 3 Hurricane Runs. Kid Cash hits a fisherman suplex into a neck breaker onto his knee, and then he gets the pin, so everyone but Low-Key has a 1 now. Low-Key does his warrior shtick as Kid Cash throws chairs at Mamaluke on the outside.
I don't think he likes him.
I'm telling you, I don't think people want to wrestle him again. Inside, Low-Key makes Ace Steel tap. It's a 4-way tie with 6.5 minutes left. On the announce table, Kid Cash body slams Mamaluke off of it to the floor.
On his shoulder.
Yes.
I didn't look like a body slam. That looked like a fuck you throw.
He just potato sacked him.
Yo.
I don't want this computer anymore, and throws it off the court.
Yeah. Yo.
Didn't care about his life at all. He just cared about getting rid of the weight.
Yeah. In the ring, Low-Key hurts his ankle, and Steel focuses on it. Don West asks us how much time is left in this match, and get ready, light it up, cause it's 4:20.
Yeah.
Everyone just kind of rolls around and breaks up pins as the crowd chants for Low-Key.
There's a lot of awkward waiting around at this point in the match.
They could have said 220. They could have lied.
They could.
They could have. That's 220 now.
Whatever.
That's what it is.
So with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, we get this weird standing Boston Crab by Kid Cash, where he picks you up for a pile driver and then transitions to the walls of Jericho. It's like the third time he's done it, and it's always so weird. It's like the most awkward move I've ever seen.
Well, because I mean, the thing is, because the guy's arms are between your legs, the guy's barely bending.
Yeah.
Like the level he bends depends entirely on how much you can stand there and then bridge backwards,
Yeah.
which is not very much.
No,
Kid Cash.
it didn't make sense to me as a move.
It looks like he's setting him up for the Styles Clash, and then just
Gives up. Yeah.
yeah. I'm just gonna let the blood rush to your head until you get dizzy.
It reminds me of Jerry Lynn's gory special where he just spins around and then the guy just gets out of the move. And you're like, why are you doing that, Jerry? So with
Go ahead, defend that.
I
Lynn lover.
can't. I don't like that movie.
Yeah,
either.
it's so bad. Although when he did it the one time to Loki, it killed him.
Yeah.
So with a minute left, Kid Cash gives Tony Mamaluke a Russian leg sweep off the apron to the guardrail. I think they're both dead now. With 15 seconds left, Mortimer Plumtree leaves the commentary table to hold Loki's leg down for a pin that happens as the bell rings 0. I guess it's basketball rules.
He holds down his leg after 0.
Yeah. We have the crowd count down to 0. Then,
That's
as
the
they
one.
hit 0, the ref starts counting.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's like basketball rules. The pin happened,
Yeah, well, yeah,
as they
but-
and the pin happens, and the ball's still in the
pin
air.
was already
The
commenced.
pin's still on the The ball's in the air. The pin's on the mat.
So, based on basketball rules, does that mean had the pin just like if he just stayed and held the pin and the ref just still didn't get there into like it's still the same pin?
Yeah,
So-
what if it was one of those like back and forth pinning things?
I don't
What
know.
did you be like? Oh, until this stops,
I
the
mean,
match is gonna continue.
Continue. We're in overtime until they stop.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yo, I kind of want to have a stupid Iron Man match now.
Just you rolling around after the bell with a Midwestern mom, being like, "You two better knock that off. The match is over. My back can't handle getting down there counting that." All right,
Yo,
so
where are we gonna
what?
find a mom jeans and a matching ref shirt?
mom jeans and mom shirts. I'm sure they're out there. Right, so yeah, that's the pin. He gets the 3. Ace Steel has 2. Winner and X Division #1 contender Ace Steel. Match length 15 minutes 2 seconds. Full segment length 17 minutes 52 seconds. Holy shit, do they love clusterfuck finishes?
Yeah, it was an X
Yeah.
Division match, all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just look what I can do. That's all it was.
They did it. Yeah.
And
that-
Ace Steel, that's who they're gonna push now. All right,
I guess
sure.
because he looks really intense.
he
He
does
does.
have that going
Can't
for
deny
him.
that.
I hate seeing him wrestle though.
Well-
He is like the epitome of lazy selling, lazy punch.
Yeah.
Like all his punches are just like I'm standing there like bop bop bop. I'm just gonna move my arm to throw a punch. I'm gonna sell bop bop bop. I'm just gonna stand here and get punched.
And
Not a
now
fan of
they're
him either.
teaming him with the stupid guy.
Plumtree? Yeah.
Yeah, Muay Thai Palm Breeze, whatever his name is. I don't like him.
I think I have that scented candle, yeah. Okay, so segment 7, Don West introduces the 1993 Bush Rookie of the Year and the NWA TNA car driver, Hermie Sadler.
This guy has been here more than Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He gets a mild but respectable pop. Just like last time, he boomhowers his way through saying that he is debuting as the driver of the NWA TNA car this Saturday on TNT. Enter Bruce. Bruce says, "You're standing in the Queen's court. You drive a go-kart for a living. You must be a horrible driver because I always see you in my ring. Are you going to be a race car driver or a wrestler?"
You know, I kind of like Bruce.
No, his promos are shit. I know. I'm in
Yeah.
the same boat with you, bro.
I
love-
feel like this promo isn't any different from any of his other promos, but I hated this.
It
It was
was-
so boring.
I think he's trying to do like an elegant, like I'm an elegant queen. and
Yeah?
you I think, but it's
You think he
it's
just
not-
doesn't want to do
It
it
just
anymore?
comes across as flat. and
Yeah, it's just awful.
Like
Yeah,
he doesn't want to do it anymore.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, because he keeps doing it. Like if he didn't want to do it, he could just be like, I don't want to do it. So Hermie calls Bruce a freak and starts to rant, but is interrupted by Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett says, "Hermie the love bug, speed racer. You ain't a wrestler or a race car driver. This Saturday is the Super Bowl of NASCAR.
I feel like Bruce didn't even just come out. Why are we watching two? All right, who should we have Bruce come out and do a thing against him, or should we have Jet? Let's just do both
Yeah.
back to back. Like Bruce, what they won't do. He came out, didn't look at Bruce, did he acknowledge it?
No.
And
Walk right past him. I'm doing my own thing now. We're talking about the Super Bowl of NASCAR. The World Series of NASCAR. The Wembley Stadium of NASCAR. I think this is Jarrett still talking here. Why didn't they get a real superstar like Dale Jr. or other great drivers that I
And
don't
the crowd's popping while
Yeah.
he's like, Dale Jr.
Yeah.
and Lance Race Car
Yeah,
and Tony Hipston.
we do like him better, yeah.
Lance Race Car.
Oh, is that? I just believe that was a real name. That went right over me.
Lance Race Car.
Yo, you find me a more believable NASCAR driver's name.
I like because Lance, it's like he's kind of sort of French, but not really. It's got like a Formula 51 thing going on there. I like it. Yeah, no, I believe it. I'll give you $5,000 for his car. So Jarrett says, Hermes, you suck as a wrestler and a driver. And Hermes says, Jarrett, don't talk because you're not a champion either. And also, how come every time I come here to promote the company, I get interrupted? What is this? It doesn't make any sense.
That is a astoundingly good
Yeah.
I
point.
love that he calls out the company on that. What is this?
And then we all like the second Bruce opened his mouth, you knew this was going to come eventually when
Oh.
Hermes Sadler says,
Trigger
hey,
warning.
you want to know if I'm going to be a driver or a wrestler? Well, why don't you tell me what? Are you going to be a man or a woman? I was just like...
He just kept saying it too until he was in the ring with him.
Yeah.
So this enrages Bruce, who goes to attack Hermie, but Hermie ducks and hits back, but then Jarrett attacks him from behind, and the two stomp Sadler down, justifiably.
True.
Yo.
Yo.
What is this
Yo.
like backwards reverse roll of like everyone?
Yo, Jeff Jarrett is a face.
Such a hero!
He
Such a hero.
he stopped an armed gunman, and now he's beating up homophobes. This man is phenomenal.
BG James, apparently the villain of this story, comes out for the save. And BG says, Jarrett, we're not done yet. The G stands for Get It, Got It Good. Segment length, 7 minutes and 37 seconds.
We just had
Yo.
a segment with these people in it.
Jarrett and yeah. And
There's
BG
no
James,
one
yeah.
else here.
Yeah, this is your thoughts.
Why do you have a segment of them fighting off into the wilderness and then like BG James is unconscious?
It ended with them both, yeah.
Oh,
Crawling
I told you this is all
away.
different. I
Crawl-
forgot about that.
Rolling and like he's laying BG's out.
Oh my
Goldie
God.
is almost crying and caressing his face. Oh,
What
you
the hell?
you poor man, laying here on the steps, beaten by a lead pipe, and like he's just out. 15 minutes later.
Yeah. Like this is definitely like 3 different. It's all cut up and spliced up wrong. This doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
I hear you. Dude, how, like, sincerely,
How does this happen?
no, like, sincerely, how bad does Athena have to be? Because they hire her as a ring girl, and then not using her in segments. Like, how much does she suck?
She has the most signs in the crowd.
Yeah!
Yo.
And I don't even know who she is.
It's like, literally, it's like Scott Hall, her, and then for some reason the Hot Shots. And,
Yeah.
And then just like, let's bomb places.
war, pro-war signs.
Yes, yes.
And they're not using her at all.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I just don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to
I
me.
I haven't seen
think
a single Jeff Jarrett sign.
No.
I've
Not-
seen
not
our
pro or anti.
Yeah, I've seen our truth heel signs. Like we don't like him, but nothing for Jarrett.
there was also a sign right behind the announcers that was truth can beat Saddam or something. No,
No.
Saddam fears the truth.
Yes, that's what it was. I saw that one too.
And it's like, well, hold on. Are they talking about the truth or are we getting real? Because like the truth is there weren't any WMDs.
Oh, truth
He
man
was like,
showing
I can
up.
get away with this because it's like I named the truth. They won't know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I'm getting it out there. This is a personal attack on you, Saddam.
Yeah, this whole segment.
Did that guy think Saddam was like watching the paper?
Yes.
Oh, I do not fear the truth.
Chris Rock is gonna be here tonight. I know he's watching.
Saddam Hussein is a huge Chris Rock fan.
He likes rocks.
Well, that's Iraq.
Yeah. See, Iraq.
Hey, A-Rock, Iraq, A-Rock, all of them.
Chris
Chris
Rock.
Rock.
Chris Rock, yeah. Tony
All the
Rock.
rocks.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, they're all great. He likes rock and roll. He likes The Rock. That bit's dead. Segment 8. Ron Harris and Sonny Siaki
Why?
versus Chris
Yo,
and Rick Michaels.
Who?
no relation.
Yeah. I love that he said
Immediately,
that.
yeah, immediately. Today
What?
mentions that they are not related.
No relation to themselves or to the other Michael. No relation, no relation.
Yeah, well, you know the
They don't have any relatives.
NWA has strict anti-nepotism bylaws.
Wait,
Right.
what? I don't believe
That's
that.
why nobody in anybody's family is in anybody's family. That's why there's one Armstrong is a wrestler and one Armstrong's not a wrestler, and the Harris brothers can't wrestle together because that'd be nepotism.
He's
And,
a security guard and he's a Nazi.
yeah, you
and-
can't have them. No. That's personal. That's personal. That's nothing to do. You can't how dare you? What? You can come out here and go, oh, he's a security guard. He's a Christian. You can't just do that.
He's a security guard. He's a Nazi.
Surprisingly, they actually get along.
Because they're both secretly white supremacists.
Yeah. All right, so the match starts with Siaki and Rick, and they do some stuff to each other, and they tag out. It is not impressive or noteworthy. Then Chris and Ron are in, and Chris hits a missile dropkick and then tags out, and then Ron distracts the ref as Siaki beats up Chris on the outside. Nothing. Just straight up nothing in between this.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
I know.
Rick gets a hot tag, and it is dead. Dead. Oh my god, dead. Siaki hits a new move, the Samoan Pop, which is a body slam pickup into a cutter.
I hate that. No, he's done that a few times, and every time it looks like the other guy did something to him.
Yes.
And it's
Oh.
always confusing, especially
Yeah.
to the commentators.
Well, then this is the first time that anyone has mentioned it with a name.
yes,
Yeah,
he has a name. I've
Yes.
never heard it before, the Samoan Pop.
But once again, Ron Harris stops his own teammate's pin to call for
Yo.
can't even finish it. It's so silly. It's the dumbest thing in the fucking world.
Every time.
What does this guy want to do? Who is this man and why is he here?
Does he come up with this finish?
Ron Harris stops his own teammate's pin to call for a double team big boot, and then Ron, heavy quotes because you can't convince me to believe that he actually did this. Rick moves out of the way, and then Ron hits Sonny Siaki with a big boot, and then turns around and curses in the ring as Rick pins Siaki for the 3. Your winners, your winners and new number 1 contenders for the tag team titles, Chris and Rick Michaels.
They get a shot just like that?
Yep.
A debuting team
Yep.
Mhm.
and a team that's never teamed before.
Yeah.
Two people who've never been in the company.
Yeah. Post-match, Ron argues with Sonny Siaki and pushes him around until Sonny Siaki attacks Ron, but head of security Don Harris enters the ring and immediately pushes Sonny Siaki out of the ring,
Tossed him.
making it seem like he is working both in favor or at least together with his brother. Match length, 7 minutes and 23 seconds. Post-match segment, a minute and 32 seconds. Full segment length, 10 minutes and 31 seconds. My thoughts are this sucked. I hate the Harris storyline. This
Yeah.
made it more confusing. Please stop this storyline. A show from 20 years ago.
What was the point of this entire segment?
I don't understand.
They're doing something with Siaki with Jerry Lynn. So they're pushing Siaki towards that.
Dude.
So as soon as they brought out Harris, I was like, whoever he's teaming with, he's going to do the we didn't work out, beat him up thing.
Yeah.
And it was Siaki. So I'm like, you're just going to bury him in this?
Yeah.
Or ruin Harris's gimmick of beating up the guys. You've booked yourself into a corner. I don't understand what you're going to go for in this at all. This should not happen. There's nothing good that can happen from this.
It makes the absolute vaguest grasping at straws sense if you wanted to, but not even a little bit.
No, it ruins everything.
In that, if you remember, AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn were tag partners at one point, so maybe they're still a tag team and this is all just a simple disagreement. which means Sonny Siaki might need a tag partner.
No.
So I could
No.
see him needing a tag partner.
No.
I know, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would he leave the Flying Elvises if that was the case? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah. Why would he? Yeah, exactly. Why would Siaki agree? I understand Harris because he doesn't know how to work any other way. but-
Also, kinda, sorta, maybe, a little bit, makes sort of sense. Why last week did the Harris brothers fight each other if one of them, I forget, which one? Ron was like, remember our pact. Don't beat me up, remember our pact. And then they fought last week. Why was that? Oh, I guess it kind of makes sense. Don went home and watched the show, and he was like, oh, the pact, right.
and yeah, it still didn't.
And now they're friends again. Dude, it's...
No
yeah.
a waste of a segment. Everything.
It's bad.
Nothing
It's-
happened.
And it's extra baffling that it's Siaki of all people, considering what we saw before and what we're about to go into. We had Siaki attack Lynn, take him out, and we're gonna have an X Division match.
And this was the end of the second show. That made no sense. Because what you're referring to happened to in a different show. Not the same show.
Oh my god! So the next segment is segment 9, and this is like the show was weird before, but the show gets so weird right now. Like, and it just gets weird until the end, and it never stops being weird.
Yeah.
Bill Behrens comes out and announces that they legally have to have the X Division title match because they advertise it on pay-per-view. And like, I guess there's
Doesn't
rules.
it say on the bottom of every
Card.
single wrestling card in the
Subject.
history of existence?
Yep.
to
Card subject to change?
Yeah.
Yo, one time we forgot to do it.
Whoops. Well, this would be the company. Okay, yeah. All right.
That's fair. That's some solid. That's some great detective work there, Lou.
Yo.
So what we're gonna do is have Ace Steel fight AJ Styles in a ladder match, and Jerry Lynn is gonna fight the winner at a later date. Low Key comes out and calls Mortimer Plumtree a computer nerd and says he could have accepted the $200,000 signing bonus if he wanted to cheat to win.
No. Lie. No.
Yeah, because there's no way anyone anywhere in TNA has 200,000 anything.
200,000 anything.
Anything. They don't have 200,000 heads on their hair. Stop counting. Mortimer Plumtree and Ace Steel come out, and Plumtree says he never offered Low Key anything. Low Key is not a big shot for being a former X Division champion. Low Key tried to pick a fight with Tammy Sitch. Ace Steel is going to be your next X Division champion. Did you guys look this up?
Did you
Nope.
look? I hope
I
you
looked
did.
it up.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Is it
It-
some weird dirt sheet?
It is embarrassing
I feel like
in
I
every
remember-
direction.
I feel like I
Oh.
vaguely remember this
I
happening.
feel like I kind of do too. It's embarrassing though, honestly. At a USA Pro Wrestling show, there was an argument over Low Key sitting in Tammy Cinch's chair,
yes. Okay.
in which she said was hers because she used it to apply makeup earlier in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's her chair.
Yeah.
However, Low Key was going over his match and felt that Tammy was being disrespectful, and Tammy felt the same about Low Key. They argued, and this is where it gets embarrassing. And reports of up to 5 wrestlers were needed to hold each person back.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
And there were reports of one of them hitting the other. When Chris Candido got involved, Low Key said that he respected Candido, but Candido needed to get Sitch in line.
Imagine Loki just went up and fucking kicked her right in the chest. The Loki kick. Boom!
Look, I'll be honest when I say I have no clue what it's like being in a locker room with 2002 Tammy Sitch. I've been in places where very loud, very self-absorbed, very obnoxious women think everything's about them, and it gets tiresome after a while. But I can't imagine you needing 5 guys to hold you back from hitting a woman is going to make you the good guy in this
Didn't you
situation.
say Candido was there?
He was there too.
So then why he can't do it?
Like fucking John Wayne Low Key needing 6 guys to stop him from punching that Native
I
American
believe
woman.
that.
Oh my god.
Maybe he just wanted to shake her hand.
All right, so Loki calls Plumtree a nerd, and the crowd chants nerd. And Loki says he hates wrestling writers. Bob Armstrong comes out and he says, "Here's how it's gonna go: Low-Ki versus Ace Steel. Winner gets a title shot. Go!"
At first he said for the ladder.
Did he say for the ladder?
That's what I heard.
All right, so we have a match: Low-Ki versus Ace Steel at a shot for the X title. Ace starts the match going after Low-Ki's leg, and he distracts the ref as Plumtree hits Low-Ki in the ankle with a chair. The ref counts out Low-Ki, or Ace Steel gets disqualified.
Dude, that was so
Dude,
confusing.
there's a lot
That
of-
was so bad.
Yeah. So Bob Armstrong comes back out and says, "Here's how it's gonna go. The X Division wants to be a clusterfuck. I'm making a clusterfuck totally open X ladder match. Go!" And everyone kind of just stands around confused and shocked. Like, oh my god.
Well, but also at some point, like the SATs and
Oh, everyone starts
When
filing
did they
out.
sneak
Yeah.
out? I didn't see
They
that.
all start filing out the second he announces it,
I
yeah.
missed that. They were just in the ring all of a sudden.
Promo length was 4 minutes and 54 seconds. The match length was 1 minute and 30 seconds. The post-match confusion was 40 seconds, which means your full segment length was 7 minutes and 40 seconds. My only thoughts on this is that I guess I'm kind of glad they managed to use Low-Ki, AJ Styles, and Jerry Lynn in some sort of combination that we haven't already seen them in.
Yeah.
At least we got that, because they're all very good, but I'm tired of seeing them together.
But they already had a segment for them where they hyped up their like feud.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I was like, why are they still reminding us like this is gonna be a thing?
Yeah, that's fair.
Why would they just strip Jerry Lynn of the title? Like everything about this show screams everything went wrong and we had to rewrite it 15 minutes before it started.
I mean, they had to rewrite this thing like 3 or 4 times, yeah.
Like as the night went.
Like,
But-
I feel
like as the weeks leading up to it, and then the day before, and then the show. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but like Jerry Lynn is there. Why would you? What is he legit hurt? Why are we stripping him of the title?
his leg went right through. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
All right, it is time for the main event, which means it is time for the best hour.
Our favorite
Our
hour.
favorite hour, the Troy McClure hour. Oh, hello there. I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such twisted metal wrecks as Cars 5, McQueen's Back on the Sauce, Eiffel Tower, Awful Disaster, or The Iron Giant 2, The Puberty Years. Today, we're here to learn how steel can support your entire division. All right, so, let's give me, I'll do the thing. Here we go. First is Kid Cash began wrestling in 1989 after being discovered by Ricky Morton as a boxer under the name David Tyler Morton Jericho,
Oh my god.
and began tagging with Morton for a short time. He joined ECW in late 1996, occasionally tagging with heavy metal Rick Savage. In 97, Kid Cash appeared on WWF television and house shows, but broke both his ankles in
Oh.
1998. He returned to ECW in 1999 under the name Kid Cash due to his resemblance to musician Kid Rock. And shortly after, suffered a legitimate broken jaw by the hands of Bo Dallas, who performed an unplanned frog splash on Cash out of revenge.
Did you say Bo Dallas?
Bo
You sure
Dallas,
did.
yeah. Yeah, that guy that's not around anymore, yeah. He gained the respect of wrestlers and management by wrestling just 24 hours. What?
Your dyslexia is astounding.
What did I say? Hang on.
Boned up.
Oh,
You said Bo Dallas.
dude, they're both irrelevant characters. I'm sorry. All right, so he returned to ECW in 99 under the name Kid Cash because he looked like Kid Rock, but he suffered a broken jaw because of Bo Dup performing an unplanned frog splash out of revenge. He gained the respect of wrestlers and management by wrestling just 24 hours after getting his jaw wired shut from that incident. During his 3 years in ECW, he won their television title and challenged for the ECW World title. Kid Cash wrestled once in WCW before it was purchased by WWF and merged into the WWE, which brings us to present day and the thing. Next is Ace Steel, who debuted in 1991 in Windy City Pro Wrestling and formed the tag team LA Connection with Danny Dominion.
Danny Dominion, that sounds familiar.
They later changed their names to the Hollywood Hardbodies. The two worked as trainers for St. Paul Championship Wrestling between 1998 and 2001. Steele won various titles from various promotions like Steel Domain Wrestling and Independent Wrestling Association Mid-South, IWA Mid-South, which brings us to the present of the show. Next is Tony Mamaluke, a.k.a. Tony Marinara, who was trained by Dean Malenko in 1998. He debuted for WCW in 1999 as an on-screen character during a Nitro Party segment involving Lenny and Lodi. He was dropped when the team was removed from TV to appease GLAD. Tony Mamaluke quickly returned as the gangster character Tony Marinara, although he wasn't called Tony Mamaluke when that happened, looking for money from the Disco Inferno, from real ECW to the Indies to WWE ECW. He has always been an Italian mobster stereotype for his entire career. Lastly, Jose and Joel Maximo began training under Mikey Whipwreck in the year 2000 and wrestled for companies like Premier Wrestling Federation and Combat Zone Wrestling in the year 2001, which brings us to 2002. AJ Styles, same story, but in Georgia. Segment 10, AJ Styles versus everyone in a ladder match for the X Division title. That's Jose, Joel, both Maximo, Kid Cash, Tony Mamaluke, Ace Steel, and AJ Styles. Okay, the 6 men pair off with the first big spot being Tony Mamaluke being sandwiched between 2 ladders.
That was pretty good. I liked it.
It's followed by AJ Styles doing a springboard shooting star to the outside.
Oof, always so good when he does that. I love
Yeah.
that move. It's way too much height for a shooting star press.
A little after that, Kid Cash pole vaults off the top rope with the ladder and rides it onto AJ Styles. It's in the ring. Tony Mamaluke gets drop kicked off of his ladder and he screams and holds his arm like he shattered every bone in that arm.
Yeah.
Cash puts Joel in a tree of woe on the ladder in the corner, and AJ Styles splashes Joel with a ladder, and then AJ and Cash double team powerbomb Jose onto the ladder, onto Joel.
I dug that.
It was neat. Kid Cash climbs the ladder for some reason, even though it's not in position. And Tony Mamaluke gives an ugly push to the ladder.
Yeah.
Like, the ladder almost inverts, like on the twist.
There were a lot of real nasty ladder falls
yeah.
and ladder bumps in this match.
Yeah.
It really seemed like, first of all, there were 6 men in the ring, and for whatever reason, they all decided most of the time they should all be glommed in there.
Yeah.
And then, let's just try to hurt each other as much as possible.
It's still X Division rules, because after that, Kid Cash is immediately back up on a ladder, and
Yeah.
then moonsaults Ace Steel and Joel instead of going for the belt.
Mm.
Is that the one he was way too close to the ropes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so
Yeah, yeah.
dangerous.
His feet hit the rope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so dangerous.
So Ace Steel stomps Tony Mamaluke's arm in a ladder, and Mamaluke screams like he shattered every bone in that arm.
I hate him so much. He drops like the F-bomb like 6 times.
Does he?
Yeah.
4 men on 2 ladders. It looks like it's going to be a Spanish fly, but it ends with Kid Cash giving a DDT to Jose.
Yeah, it was a sloppy kind of.
Yeah.
All of that part was sloppy as hell.
AJ gets knocked off the ladder onto a ref who gets up way too soon for it to have been a ref bump.
Dude, when I saw that, I actually was like, oh my god, TNA is about to come up with a good finish. And I was like, oh, nope, never mind.
Never mind.
This was a mistake.
Yep.
Because I'd never seen someone get knocked off a ladder onto the ref for the ref. Oh my god, it's great. Oh no, it was an accident. They didn't mean to do that.
No, but you have actually, though. It was, well, not that you should remember it even for a second, though, because it happened in a Malice match.
Well, seriously, how many shows have they had and how many ladder matches have they had?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They have a ladder match almost every single week.
Yeah, it's close to. If they don't have a ladder match, they're having a 6-man tag or some multi-man, something like that.
I'm going to count. I guarantee you it's over 10 ladder matches have
Yeah,
happened. This is episode 16 or so.
Yeah.
I guarantee we've had over 10 ladder matches.
That's probably right. AJ and Jose are on the ladder, and AJ positions Jose on the side of the ladder and then rides the tipping ladder to the ground onto Joel.
There's no
or
way
Jose,
that was
whichever it
planned.
was.
Dude.
That started to tip, and I was like, "This is gonna be horrible."
And they
for
just
him.
they just wrote it down.
Yeah. Well, what do you do?
Yeah.
and it was awesome.
Easily the biggest pop, the whitest
Yeah.
hot pipe of the pop of the night.
Yeah, 100%.
That was-
no way. Like, oop, we're going. I guess.
How do you take that? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just holding on to it all in the crotch or like the thigh. Like,
Yeah.
oh. And Cash didn't even try to like jump off at all. He just rode it down into him. Didn't try to roll away.
AJ,
Just,
yeah.
Sorry. Oh, it was AJ who was
Yeah.
on it? Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, because Kid Cash drop kicks the ladder out from under Ace Steel and Tony Mamaluke, and then sets up the next spot, which is a one-man Spanish fly to Cash, actually. He's the one getting taken,
Yep.
which is followed by a rolling power bomb off the ladder by AJ to Ace Steel.
So many spots.
That was another, when he drop kicked the ladder, that was one of those, like, the ladder inverted, and it was
Yeah.
gross. The ladder fell out from under them. AJ Styles gorilla presses Tony Mamaluke out of the ring,
Nobody likes him.
and then gives a brainbuster to Kid Cash, and then he climbs the ladder. But out comes Six Pac,
What? What?
and he gives AJ Styles a back suplex off of the ladder, and then climbs up and grabs the belt. Winner and new X Division champion,
What?
Six Pac.
How? What?
Yeah. As we go off the air, today and Don West scream about next week's card, Six Pac versus AJ Styles in a ladder rematch.
A ladder match.
Yeah.
What?
That's what I know.
Wouldn't it be Jerry Lynn? Or are we still unsure of his knee condition at this point?
Well, that didn't happen because it was supposed to be Ace Steel versus, and then the winner would fight him at a later date, and then not necessarily next week, just a later date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why is there going to be a rematch already?
Yeah. We also have a tag match.
What?
Harris and Storm versus Michaels and Michaels, no relation.
That should be their name. That should be their tag team. Michaels, no
No
relation.
Also, they mention Beachy James and Jeff Jarrett. No mention of Bruce or if those two men are going to fight. And then also the Truth is going to defend his title some way. I don't know. Match length, 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Don West's super pitch was 25 seconds. I guess a quick pitch this week. Full segment length, 17 minutes and 31 seconds. I mean, my thoughts were it was a full-on car crash, carnage everywhere.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's what I expected.
I
Ladder
mean-
match X Division.
Somebody had to have broken a bone in that match.
Oh, yeah. There's
least
going to be
one.
some bruising.
Somebody had to have.
There's going to be some people not wanting to get out of bed tomorrow.
But also, everything I've come to expect from the X Division. Good match, yeah. Not
Yeah,
bad.
I like. Well, no, I won't say good match. I'm saying there's a lot of good spots I liked. There's a lot
Right,
of good
that-
spots I liked.
And that's the X Division.
Yeah.
A bunch of spots in between bells.
Yeah.
And then Six didn't have to take any bumps.
Well, he took
Well,
some-
oh, yeah, he did take a bump off the
Well, no,
fourth
he was in
run.
the opening match. He was in the opening match.
Mm.
That was 2 shows ago, editing wise.
That's right.
For me.
Why isn't this Siaki? Like, what reason is there for him to win this title? Like, if anybody's gonna win this, wouldn't it make sense for
Ooh,
Siaki,
Yeah.
the guy who was like, Sonny Siaki is the X
Ooh,
Division.
that's-
Sonny Siaki is blah blah blah. He's the one who injured the champ earlier in the night or
know,
3
That's
shows
true.
ago.
Yeah. If the company was doing well, I would agree with you. But they need to
They-
put butts
they
in the
need-
seats. They need people to be like, oh, X-Pac won our their title. Let's go see what's going on over there.
I guess.
That's
yeah.
what they're hoping for. Dude,
Yeah.
that's all I got from this show.
Yeah.
Floundering.
Yeah, well, for bell to bell. We have an hour and 4 minutes and 34 seconds on this hour and 54 minutes and 44 seconds show.
okay.
So, majority of it was wrestling, but
Bad wrestling.
yeah, not very good.
Still not total yet.
Yeah. And my thoughts about the show were that I'm glad that we got new matchups, but it's honestly, it's still just the style of the wrestling that they're doing that's holding them back. Like these guys, their matches don't mean anything. Their moves don't mean anything. Their matches don't mean anything. And, sure, I'm having fun sometimes. Some matches I'm having a lot of fun, but if you want any of this to mean anything, you're going to have to take it more seriously than this, which they kind of can't because it's really haphazard. The wrestlers keep coming and going and
They
having
had
problems personally and such.
what? They had the 4-way,
For
and
what?
then they had the X Division 4-way,
Right.
and then they had
sixth
the
man.
same two people in the match having a match that wasn't really a match because it was like 60 seconds.
Right.
And then they were all in the ladder match.
Yeah.
What do you mean new matches, new people? They did for the first time, yeah, and then they kept doing the same thing. They had BG come out again in the second half of the show.
Well, not new matches, new matchups,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The first half of the show, and then the
Well,
second
we've
half
never
is the
seen
same
Michaels
matchup.
and Michaels.
And then there's-
We've only seen Ace Steel like
That's
once or
true, yeah.
twice. Like there's new combinations of wrestlers showing their craft and stuff like that. You know, we've never seen the SATs outside of the X division, and we saw them fight.
It was just very obvious that they didn't have anyone in the back, and they kept using the same people. They only had like 9 wrestlers in the back, and they had to keep using them to fill up the time.
I don't understand. Why don't you just book singles matches then?
That is very true then, yeah. Especially, I don't understand why Harris needs a partner then, too. I don't understand why he's just like, you know what, this doesn't work, I'm going to go singles. Like, you don't need to combine Harris and Siaki, especially if you're pushing Siaki.
Like, you have all of those guys there, and you, like, did we get any singles matches? Was there... no, right?
I feel like there was one, if we're not counting the 60-second one.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Yeah, no, then. I don't think there was. If there was, I blocked it out.
Yeah.
Chris Rock versus Charisma in his segment? I don't know.
Yeah, I think the only singles match was Plumtree and Ace Steel taking on Low Key for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Damn, that's
Sonny
bad.
Siaki and Jerlin fought.
Yeah, they...
Singly.
Yeah.
That's as close as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't tell me, like, you got plenty of workers to put on a show. It's just...
Bad booking.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Not everyone's going to have the night off and just do fucking dick and not take a bump. No, like, we're going to have some matches and... Dude, it's so bad. I wouldn't invest my money in this.
Well, a lot of people are pulling out, aren't they?
No, actually, which this brings us to why would you make this? Believe it or not, the deal with Panda Energy has yet to be finalized, but they did agree to. I think this information might be a little wrong. I'm not sure how right this is. He said in his book that Panda Energy is giving them something like $90,000 to produce the show. I'm not sure if that was already or if that was the new part of the deal. And then he talked to them and explained that they need more money for advertising because you could put $1 billion into the show, but if you have nothing into advertising, they're not going to find the show. They're not going to see the show.
Yeah.
So he explained that, and they were like, "Okay, I see where you're coming from. We'll give you $10,000 more for production." So that's kind of why production went up a little more. Cause you're like, I've never noticed James Storm's guns before.
Yeah.
They're better guns. The lighting is better.
I did notice the lighting when they opened up and they showed it from the. I noticed they had better lighting,
right?
Lighting
The
truss.
truss
And
yeah.
they had a
It's
lot of
not.
better
It's
stuff.
no longer. It's not just the like maybe 1 or 2 spotlight and the ones on the entrance ramp. Now it's a full truss of lights and things are going up. Yeah.
They had like a whole video.
They have a
package and
bigger
shit,
production, a larger video truck, so they can do better stuff, I presume. You know, that's why we're getting video packages.
Well, they had like replays during that ladder match, right?
Right.
Well, I don't know if this isn't live, right? It's recorded.
Well, it's like semi-live.
Well, I don't know because Tanae still commentates.
Because they film it
so
live.
It's still, I don't know.
Yeah, they film it live, so it's a semi-live. They probably do some post-production or something like that. But yeah. But outside of that, I mean, it's not fantastic on the roster side. Scott Hall still has marital problems, and then, I mean, you just gotta have to trust Scott Hall. So his son has strep throat. He can't be around for that. Got to take care of his kid. You understand how that is.
What a good dad.
Loki's ankle is legit injured, and he was originally planned to be in 3 matches. I presume right on to the end in the X Division match. Yeah. And Loki called up whoever it was, like, Jerry Jarrett was like, yeah, I can't do this. I need you to take me out of the matches. If you want me to do 2, I'll do 2. But
yeah.
And then apparently Six Pac had a sit-down meeting with TNA and was like, I like what you guys are doing. I want to be here for a while. So they were like, okay, if you want to be here for a while and you're famous, yeah, we'll throw some gold on you.
I feel like it didn't last long.
Yeah.
And then, with what was it? DreamWorks. With DreamWorks coming down to film their show, they wanted to put on a good thing. And I believe, again, I didn't write this down, so I'm not sure if it's this week or next week, but Panda Energy is coming to watch the show. So they wanted to put on a really big spectacle and something like that. to really draw them in.
Yeah.
And I guess this is what they gave him. Aggressive, chaotic, like just, look how energetic these people are. You got to invest in
Yeah.
that. So this is where we are. It looks like we might be getting money from Panda Energy. It looks like things might be getting better, but we still haven't finalized some things, and we need to do that. Hopefully the next episode will be better for them about that.
I'm sure they'll pull it all together.
Yay!
All right. So guess the card, although, I mean, they just tell us the card, so just tell us what you want to see anyway. Guess the card, which is what we said. 6-Pac, AJ Styles, X-Title ladder rematch. Tag team title match, Storm and Harris versus Michaels and Michaels. No relation. BG James and Jeff Jarrett are going to be there in some way. And then Truth is going to defend his title. So, do you guys have anything to add? Do you want to see something specific?
I
or-
want to see the new church. I want to know what's going on with them.
Right.
I don't think we're going to see them. I'm guessing we're going to see the SATs versus Ron Harris and a random partner, and
Yeah.
it'll clusterfuck.
That's
at
how
the
they
end.
won
with
the
that.
#1 contendership match.
Oh, is it?
I think so, wasn't it?
Who?
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Every match is the same. I can't
Yeah.
tell anymore. Holy crap.
Yeah, and then Jeff Jarrett isn't going to have a match, but will be involved in 3 segments.
Yeah, because he just wrestled, so he'll be good for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Who does Truth defend the title against? Maybe BG James. No? Maybe.
Sonny
Kurt
Siaki?
Hennig. Kurt Hennig.
No.
Maybe.
Are we going to see Kurt Hennig again?
I don't know. I don't have any reason
Who-
to believe that.
Who's
but...
the man in white?
Oh, right. Mr. Wrestling 3.
Yeah, who's Mr. Wrestling 3?
Oh, Vince Russo, probably. Like
Oh, okay, yeah.
I got no clue at this point. That's just a guess. But that I can't imagine who a man who would look at that and go, "Yeah, I'll do that for my career."
I don't know who it could be around this time. 2000, what is this, 2002?
I'm guessing we never actually get to the bottom of that.
As soon as it
Yo.
happened and I was slightly invested, I was like, that means this isn't going to pan out.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably gonna be the stupidest thing possible. So Brian Lawler.
Brian.
No, but he
or
was
his
in
girlfriend.
the ring, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's why it's
Yeah.
gonna be Ryan Lawler, like the Blue Blazer. It'll be Jarrett and Ryan Lawler. Yo, I hate it. I hate it. Oh, please let me be wrong. Please let it be just a really racist guy.
It's going to be Elix Skipper.
I didn't know he was racist. All right.
Oh, no, wait. You can see his hands, right?
Oh,
That's just detective work. What?
You gonna pull the old Blazing Saddles? No. It's from Cross Burning. It's just
No.
it's ash from
Other
Cross
side,
Burning.
other side.
It's the- It's coming off.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just saying that's what they said in that movie from that time. I'm not saying it's good to say it now. I'm just saying
This is a quote.
yeah, I'm quoting.
if it was 2002, that's what they would remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're gonna show us next week. I got no clue. I don't have any desire to see half the stuff. They like promised us Jerry Lynn, and Jerry Lynn got shot. I don't like. He broke his leg to take him out to pasture.
The
and just-
only thing I liked, they took away my alpha male Monty Brown.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I have no clue or no like desire to figure it out,
AJ's the only thing holding that together.
dude. And like the only thing that's holding me together is knowing that he's gonna say some really messed up stuff later, and I want to see it so I can be shocked at how horrible it is. But yo, it is so far away at this point. It could be the next episode, and it is still so far away. Like,
Too far away.
yo, so join us in the pain and suffering that are reviewing. That is reviewing these episodes, because some of it's interesting and some of it is just confusing.
And there's some good spots in some of it.
There's some really good spots. Yeah. If you're like you're like an indie wrestler and you need some shit, you can probably steal something from this one too. All right, so I'm clearly very tired, so let's do the outro. If you enjoyed the show, please consider giving us a like or 5-star review, or sharing us with your friends, or I don't know, credit card companies. Ooh, actually, no, don't do that. That was a mistake. I already said it. Do it. So also subscribe to the YouTube. It's probably been like 2 months since I uploaded a video, but I got videos on my computer
Ready to
that
upload.
are done.
And
Well, not ready to upload. I still have to render them, but
Hmm.
they are there.
And there's already videos up.
And there's other stuff up
You
too.
can catch up.
You can catch up
You
too.
can mustard.
You can relish all the great videos we've placed on there.
Mm.
think I gotta find like a Russian leg sweep video, and then I got another video that's done. It's real, like my life is just barely, but they connect to me with that. It's a connection. We're all the same. We're all barely drifting through life. Like a dead sea in the ocean. I mean, like a dead ship in the ocean. Or the Dead Sea. You ever have a Dead Sea inside? All right, let's
In
just...
the ocean.
Give us money if you want. We have a Patreon. We'll probably use it for drugs. But you know, the drugs will help us say weird shit. Bro, Scott didn't like that. So...
I don't like you accurately describing how I use my money.
This is America, baby. We're all in pain, and it's never going to get better, so we might as well just do drugs, right?
Yeah, but you're not supposed to say it out loud.
No, I said the quiet part out loud.
Into the microphone.
Yeah, into the microphone.
Yeah, I know. All right. Patreon.com/WWYMT /WWYMT on like pretty much everything. Facebook and Twitter and I think Instagram, but yo, I've uploaded like 2 things like 9 years ago. I don't care for that. Intro music, Falling Out Your Love by Kill Paris. Brother Skylar, J Delta, I'm Jimmy Time. Please remember, without the mistakes of others, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. Why'd you make a weird sound right there?
No one would have heard it.
The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.